Alright, to remove these turn signals, it's real easy. Just gotta take out 2 screws, Phillips screws. One on either side. Usually what I do is just grab the screws, makes it easier. This bulb turns quarter turn counterclockwise, and you get your bulb out like that. The new light doesn't come with hardware, so we're just going to reuse the ones that were in there. I might get fancy later on, but these will work for now. Then all you have to do is put this in, line up the tabs, and that's it. Real easy. Just slides back in place. Tighten up the screws. Make sure the holes are lined up. All you do is put in the 2 screws, put the bulb in. Super easy. I mean, it's one of the easiest mods you can do. These cost a little over $100 at Mx5 Miata, and I'll put a link in the description. I'm definitely not sponsored by them, although I wouldn't mind that. So if you guys are listening out there, these things, the build quality on these are really nice. Everything fits in there the way it's supposed to be. You've got an air vent for your engine. I can already feel it working because I can feel the heat from my engine actually coming right out of that. So that's actually pretty good. A real easy mod if you have an NA Miata, and it makes a huge difference on the looks. Again, quarter turn on that, comes right out. That's clockwise, or counterclockwise, just like a regular screw. I'm going to leave this one recording a little bit. That way you can get an idea of exactly how long it takes, and I'm not rushing around, so. Even dropping screws. Putting the hardware back in. Now on the back of this, if you notice, I'll get the screws back in there, but if you can see, there's 2 small tabs and a large tab. Well, on here, there's 2 small tabs, and a larger tab. All you gotta do is play that game like when you were young, and line those up. And it just works. Put it in there. I think the hardest part is just making sure you're not cross-threading the screws. And that's the kind of installs I like. I like to come out to my garage and have a win early on. I think that makes everything go a little bit better. And this is definitely a win. Yeah, look at that. Much better. Alright, now we're on to the taillights. Alright, for the rear taillights, it's a little bit more difficult, but nothing I would consider difficult, that's for sure. Just a little bit more steps involved. You've got a couple 10mm little nuts that you need to take out, and then this whole thing pops out. This unplugs here. You just push this and then wiggle this out. That comes out. Now this other bulb here is just like the front, just a quarter turn to the left, and that's all the bulbs on that. Let me go ahead and get these bolts taken out. What you want to do is you want to use a ratchet with a 10mm. For the sake of time and video length, if you have one of these, this is a Husky brand. This actually will save you a lot of time and a lot of headache. All done. Now all you have to do is just pop the light out. Sometimes that wants to stick a little bit, but we're placing all that anyways. And so that's it on that. Now on the backs of these, you notice it doesn't have a provision for the bulbs like this one does. So what you're going to need to do is reuse your stock one. I'm going to go ahead and clean this up, and then I'm going to take it off, show you what it takes to do that, and then we'll just transfer it onto the new taillight. Alright, I got that cleaned up a bit. A lot of this stuff is just overspray from painting, but I wanted to show you how easy it is to get this off of here. There's a little tab here and a little tab here, and I can do it even while holding a camera. Look how easy that is. And when this pops out, you've got your bulbs all set. Now take care to not ever touch the bulbs with your hands. That will actually lead to oil residue on the bulb, and it will create a hot spot. If you have to clean them or anything like I do on this bulb here, it's a little dusty, I just want to clean it off. Just use a paper towel, but don't touch the bulb. Alright, now to install this into the new one, I'm going to flip this over just to make it a little easier on me. All you have to do is just push this down here. I'm going to put this in here so it's not all flopping around. There we go. That one's just a quarter turn, just a little difficult to do with just one hand. Now on this one here, should just pop right in place. Make sure everything is lined up. Got to give it to you guys that do this stuff one-handed. I don't know how you do it sometimes. Be right back. Alright, it was in there. It didn't have a nice satisfying click, but everything's in there and all set. Now when you're tightening this down, you don't have to go crazy on them. Just have to snug it up. There's a lot of plastic bits in here that if you go crazy with it, it's going to end up breaking it. You do want to make sure they're all snugged up, because if you don't, water can get into your trunk, and that's, needless to say, not ideal. arm in there. Then go ahead and plug this back in. And that's job done. Here's before and after. I think that looks pretty darn good. Of course, I gotta clean them because I put a whole bunch of dust on them, but not bad at all, and they should actually give me a lot better visibility in the rear. The other ones, when I got them from the previous owner, he had put some sort of tint, spray tint, maybe even spray paint, I don't know. I cleaned them and sprayed them with clear and everything, but there's still areas where I just couldn't get to. It's not ideal. Dulled them up quite a bit. I mean, they still worked and everything. You could still see the stop, but comparing this with this, it's there's no question when you put on your brake lights, that's going to be pretty cool. Got the second one out, and as a side note, there are actually 4 bolts going through here. My driver's side only has 3, so I'm going to have to find a nut to fix that. But even with 3, it's not going to come out. And here's the finished product on both sides. Look at that. That's going to be a lot better. Definitely going to make the rear end look a little bit better there. Yeah, that's going to look a lot better. The black matches everything. Definitely didn't want to go with the chrome insert, the old Alzetta look. Want to make it look all nice and sleek, and it does. Now let's talk headlights. I was told that these will just plug right up to the Miata plugs. Never done this before. Probably going to be a little bit more complicated than the taillights and the turn signals. However, it should be fairly easy to do this. Now I do know that on here there's 2 screws on either side, and we take this little bezel off, so that's going to be our first step there, and then we're just going to kind of play it by ear. Looks like the headlights on. I held on with these 3 screws. I'm going to go ahead and take those off. Alright, so you just take the ring off. This headlight is falling out on its own. And it looks like it has a little plug in the back here. There we go. Nice and dirty, but otherwise easy to do. This comes with a little 3-prong plug, and it should plug right in there. And then we can use the stock bezel. Put it right back on. And there we go. There's the whole new front end. New turn signals, new lights. Didn't hook up the halos just yet because I'm going to be doing that again when I've got to take this all apart and redo this and touch it up and everything, clear it and whatever. And I've got to do some more work on the paint and such, so that's not high priority. I just want the headlights in there and just make them work for right now. But I think it looks fantabulous. Alright, thank you for watching. We do appreciate all your support. Everybody that watches these videos definitely makes it possible to do more videos and to do much more exciting things on this and other projects. And we definitely thank you here at RH2 Racing.